What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to xSupermanDAN TV. I am your host, as always, Superman Dan. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about how I was in Jurassic Park. Alright, gotta rewind a few years back here when I used to live out in Arizona. Before I lived out in Arizona, actually, I was moving out there. I live in Michigan at the time. I live in Michigan now, but myself and my buddy, we were gonna do a road trip across country to Arizona, right? So he said he would help me. That's awesome. We drove. It took us 36 hours to get there. We went straight from Michigan to Arizona. We stopped for food, we stopped for bathroom, we stopped for a couple of adult beverages, and that's about it. Once we got to Arizona, I remember we wanted to go out that night. Even though we were really tired, we just got done driving 36 hours, we're like, why don't we just go out? So we went out that night, we went to a bar, and the bars out in Tempe, if you don't know, they close at 1 o'clock. We thought, well, it's so early, right? It's only an hour difference, but it's so early, so why don't we drive up to the Grand Canyon and let's go watch the sunrise? That'll be cool. So we drive home, we get a map, because this is before GPS. I know, it's a long time ago. So it's before Siri, this is before GPS. We get some food, some water, so we can make this trip. It's gonna be like a 4-hour trip. We get up there, and once we get inside the park, it took another 20 minutes from the entrance of the park to where the actual Grand Canyon is itself. But it's a huge national park, right? Once we get inside, we see a sign that says elk crossing, right? It has a big sign that says elk crossing. It looks like this. Back home, we have signs all the time here in Michigan for deer crossing, right? It looks like this, right? So we have signs like this all the time for deer crossing. And sometimes you see deer, sometimes you don't, but the sign's there, whatever. So I'm just kind of like, I just keep driving, right? My buddy, he's asleep, he's like, we get there, and like I said, I see the sign, and I didn't think nothing of it, so I start driving, and the only thing that I could see are shadows and like glowing eyes everywhere. I'm like, what is going on here? The moonlight was the only light besides my car light, right? All of a sudden, I slam on my brakes, and right in front of me, there's an elk. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen an elk before, but I thought it was a velociraptor. I thought that this dinosaur was gonna attack us, right? I was waiting for that little guy with the gray hair, the guy looks like Santa Claus, to come out and say, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." He didn't say that. It was the scariest thing of my life. If you ever seen an elk up close, they're huge. At the time, I was driving a Saturn, so this elk dwarfed us. I hope you liked the story. If you liked the story, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the story, give it a thumbs up anyway. And as always, leave comments below if you guys have any stories to where you came in contact with an elk, or if you came in contact with something you thought was a velociraptor, or leave a comment about road trips that you've taken that didn't turn out the way you thought they were, or they might have been a little bit funnier than you thought they were. Let me know about them. As always, I'll see you next week. I'm Superman Dan for xSupermanDAN TV, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Once you get inside the park itself, So, I feel like I've been working out. Look at that. I need to just show those puppies off. Look at, what? Get it? Ooh, that lighting though.